All right, I want to get back now to Louisiana and that manhunt for 4 inmates who escaped over the weekend. 2 are in custody. 2 more are still on the run. Robin Dreeke back with us. Thank you for your patience as we listen to the former president there. These young men who escaped are very young, 21 years old, 20, 19, and 19. Before we went to the breaking news, I asked, is this a planned escape? Is that common, or is it just something that they see an opportunity? In this case, there was an opening in the fence. What's your estimation, given the young ages of these inmates?
Yeah, my estimation in this one is it was opportunistic. You know, they're in there for one's being charged with murder, which makes it even more of a pressing issue to get out. And they had the example from the day before that 2 escaped through the same exact route. And so I think this was opportunistic, both on the infrastructure failure side as well as a lack of experience and leadership side inside the prison. Chief Travis himself said during the press conference that they owned it. He didn't have the number of personnel. They don't have the training. They're young. And that's where we got a major problem in that area. No problem. No doubt. 2
of them, Robin, found because family members say they showed up to our house. They found these guys hiding in a dumpster. That's when they knew that they had escaped. Is it more likely that they are close by? How does a search like this proceed?
Well, you're going to go to family members and friends first. And in this case, we're lucky in the fact that I don't think these individuals are nearly as resourceful as someone like Cavalcante was back in September of last year in Pennsylvania, who was extremely independent and resilient on his own. These people do have a lot of friends and family, potentially locally, that I think they're going to lean on because they don't have, as you can tell by their ages, they don't have a lot of what I call life reps in how to solve problems at that age. They have a lot of theories in their head that they're going to be testing. So I think law enforcement first and foremost is going to be going to friends, family, social media footprints, and things like that.
Having a vulnerability in the fence, a hole in the fence, seems like such an easy, relatively inexpensive fix. How many of our facilities have vulnerabilities like this that should be assessed, readdressed time and time again?
Boy, wouldn't we like to know the answer to that one? It's abhorrent to me that this even happened, because what's going on is, yes, it's a failure in the infrastructure, but to me, it's still a failure in the jurisdiction. It's a failure in leadership for people to do a deep dive accountability for everything that takes place in that prison. They didn't even know that they escaped. That's what really boggles the mind here. And so I think the language I'd like to hear is complete overhaul, complete assessment, outside resources to take a deeper dive on all these issues, and to do that across the nation, obviously, because we keep having these things happen across multiple jurisdictions.
So funding is an issue. Staffing is. Who takes the lead on something like that, Robin?
It really depends on what level that this is at, and this is county from what I understand. And so it really comes down to the county first, and county and state. You know, they need to understand that they're the ones responsible for placing the resources in there. And part of placing resources in there is making the career of being a guard at one of these places a career that people want to aspire to, that makes it not just prestigious, but actually pay compensation. All these things go into not just infrastructure, obviously, because you can have the greatest walls in the world, but if no one's guarding them, people are just going to hop over them. So you really need to get quality people, quality training, quality personnel, and leadership in there.
Yeah, and then the danger to the public when these people get out, they've got nothing to lose if the other option is going back to jail. So we want to get these final 2 caught and back where they belong. Robin Dreeke, thank you for your time as always. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.